Leo, welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be a reading from the 22nd going through to the 28th of August. We've just come out of your season, so you should have had your birthday. Energy will be coming back to you, and you'll get your projects on the go. Let's just see what's going on with the Astroflower in regards to the energies that are going through at the moment. So it seems to have picked up in your everyday life. That's what it seems to be like. In fact, it's like one big wedge in well. So there's a lot of things that you might have been stocking up within yourselves, of things you wanted, like a bucket list in a way of things to do. And now is the time to start moving on and getting them done. So what we got in the overall energy, the King of Swords, really good. That's the sort of air that can fuel your fires, as it were, and get your passions going for the here and now and the integration with everything else that is around you. It got a bit, obviously, just before your birthday and during your birthday season. It's a transitional moment for you. And this is going to give you that, you should have got that idea of where you're going and what you'd want for this coming year if you've been following the Astroflower. And that is going to give you that judgment and that clear view, that clear thinking within you. That King of Swords. So that's that overall energy at the moment. So being very on the ball and very clear to yourself and how you want to get things moving on, basically. Let's see what's going on in the relationships. Let's get what the karmic message is here. It's stand up and be counted. I think it's here is apply yourself within the within your family, your friends, and stand up and be counted. Be a real part of the couple. Be a real part of your relationship, basically. Ace of Swords, that's nice. So that's feeding off of that King of Swords as well. So that's going to give you that clear thinking, and you're going to feel really good within your relationships, or it should help you to feel good if you keep that clear thinking going. Don't get involved in little stories that every family, friends, and couple has. If you stay away from that, you should be getting some good victories, feeling good about your relationships, basically. Getting involved. Let's see how the universe is influencing that karmic message. It's all about the work. It's all about planting those seeds. It's all about getting moving on. It's about preparing for this year and putting things into place for this year. So it's all about planting seeds. It's really getting down to the work. That's what the universe is sort of saying to you. Don't miss the opportunities, possibly. You can't always have it your way, or our way, as it were, or my way. Because we live together, and we live together with trees, with animals and stuff like that. So don't, when it's time to start getting on and doing the work, don't complain that you don't want to, you haven't got the time for yourself. You should have had that over the last sort of like month or 2 months. Now it's a question of getting on to doing the work. I would get involved if I was you. I wouldn't have any sort of tantrums or anything like that. Just get in, get involved. Find your position within your relationships, as it were, and then start, constructing and building for a better future, not just for yourself, but everybody that is around you. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this. They're like pushing on. They're pushing the world around you, trying to create those sort of coincidences, or forcing the coincidences through, the connections through. And I think here is where they're really applying a lot of force in a way and trying to build up a lot of momentum within your relationships, connecting you with other people that so you can sort of build those activities that you enjoy with other people. And I think this is where the guides are trying to sort of like influence as well, trying to create situations where you have activities and physical connections with the other people that are around you. And this could be within your couple, family, friends, etc. But it's, as I say, it's like a scoop. It's like a plow here. And as they're pushing like that, they're gathering these possibilities for you. and they're offering you, you know, gifts of love and enjoyment with other people. And I would concentrate on that. I would concentrate on the enjoyment of life, basically, on the relationship front. Let's see what's going on the how the guides are trying to influence your conversation that is within you. Yeah, it's like a jolly Father Christmas. They want to talk, they want to chat, they want to get involved. It's a curiosity, basically. They're getting very curious. Yeah, to say bye to those difficult situations. And when you're curious with other people, you'll realise, you know, the relationships that are at this moment good for you, and those relationships that may not be good for you. And I think being the curious thing and being a little bit more sort of talkative and communicative, you know, communication is a key here. And within that, you'll realise that you can just let go of the things that cause you pain, basically. It's the end of the journey of the last year and it's moving into the new year. Let bygones be bygones, in a way. That sort of scenario. And as you get involved in the people that are around you, you'll see very quickly the people that are within your interest, that are within the interest of having a relationship with you. And that, as I say, it's regardless of the relationships, it's all the relationships across the board, as it were. So I think on the general relationship side, it's a case of, yeah, getting stuck in there, enjoying yourself, expressing yourself, talking, communication, and accepting those gifts that are around you, that are the opportunities or the invitations to go and visit things or go to barbecues or to have a night out and stuff like that. So it's allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be taken by the hand and waltz through life, as it were. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. I got a funny feeling that's a little bit heavier. So it's, I think you might be concentrating more on the financial side of life. Let's see what goes on on the karmic message. It's like organic growth. So, if you've put a product out there and it naturally gains the attention of your customers, then people start buying it, then other people start seeing it, then other people come to your shop to buy that thing that they saw, and it's got that organic growth that you don't have to sort of push too hard. And I think that's the case within all of your jobs. You need to give it a bit of a push, and once it's pushed, let it roll, let it get that organic growth. Look at that, 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. There's a lot of letting go by you guys at this birthday period. If you've been following the Astroflower, you know, you should have almost sort of like done a massive clear out in your life. And it's going to, you know, going forward into the coming year, you should be pretty clear about how you want to go forward and what you want to do and what sort of experiences you want to have, what sort of job you want to have, where you want to be. And here he's sort of saying, you know, don't carry too much, because otherwise the initial push, it's not going to have... it's not going to be able to, it's going to stop a lot earlier because it's carrying too much weight, as it were. So it's going to be easy to push life if you keep it light and free flowing. So giving that initial push, I think, is really important in this week. But don't push too hard. Allow, because you've got that shape of that energy coming into your everyday life and coming up from the source or from the foundations of your life, as it's pushing it forward, naturally things are going to flow into your path. So I wouldn't carry too much at the moment. Be very light and free flowing. Let's see how the universe is contributing to this karmic message. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I think the universe is helping you to see things clearly, so you don't get too muddled up, because you could do very quickly, that may wanting to do too many things at once. That's possibly what that is as well, thinking about that. yeah, it's, it ties into that sort of like carrying too much, trying to do too many things at once. So the universe is trying to make it really light for you as possible, basically. The Empress, giving you success and helping you to find that balance, that equilibrium between work and play, work and fun. And that work should be enjoyable. Maybe not all the time, but it should be enjoyable. Sometimes it's difficult, but it should be enjoyable. And I think this is where the universe is trying to just keep things in perspective. That's what it's trying to do. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence your karmic message. At the beginning of anything, so if you're in a job and you want to express an idea, you have to do it maybe sometimes with a bit of, sort of woolen gloves, as it were. Be gentle with it all beforehand. And these guys here are just trying to gently sort of push, unlike this side, but more sort of gently sort of push, because they know the free flowing is a lot better. If it can get up in that organic growth, it will be help you a lot more than having to keep pushing and keep pushing. So they're really sort of treating these things, and it could be the fact that they're delicate ideas, or they're delicate things you want to do within your job or within your business or within your projects. And these delicate ideas need a bit of, careful handling, let's put it that way. It's a change. I think they recognize the fact that things are really building up in you, and you want to move on, and you want success in life, and you want to be productive and everything like that. And in order to do that, they're handling things delicately, so things get put into their place properly. So there is a real change in your fortunes, and change in your in the way that the flow starts working for you. And I think that's all got to do with your past birthdays and stuff like that. I think the guides there have recognised the changes that you have made within yourself, if you've been making them. Obviously, you've got to be involved in your life and proactive to be creative. And once you do that, you're going to create situations where the world starts working, not necessarily for you, but definitely with you. Okay? Let's see how it goes on these guys here, how they're sort of contributing to the conversation. If you go to a nice cafe and they do sandwiches, and you can choose what you put in your sandwich, it's like the guides here are sort of saying, what tickles your fancy? What is, what sort of flavours do you want to taste? What sort of textures do you want to feel? What sort of freshness or temperature you want in your sandwich? And they're sort of helping you define that. So as you bite into life, you can get the sandwich that you so desire. So they're really helping you to sort of like channel all this stuff coming through. And there's a lot of stuff coming through for you, Leo. I think the main thing is the King of Swords, to not get overwhelmed by the whole thing and have that clear vision. As you're channeling this sort of like all this stuff coming through, they're helping you to sort of construct what you would perceive to be the best sandwich you could ever eat. But, death and rebirth. Funnily enough, who was it? I think it was the sign before you, Cancer. They had these two exact cards here and down the middle. And that's quite funny. So they're recognizing that this is a new sandwich. I don't know why I'm stuck. I must be really hungry subconsciously. But they know that what you're biting into life within your business, within your projects, within your jobs. They're realizing that this is a new start for you. It's a new cycle that you're moving into. And then as you move into it, it's good to sort out not carrying too much and getting rid of the relationships that sort of are detrimental to yourself and to your environment and to your couple and to your family, your friends, whatever it is in. But in the business side here, there's real opportunity. If you want to change career, if you want to change, get a promotion, or if you want to, change the direction of your business, this is a good time to do it, as long as you've got that clear thinking going on. Otherwise, you risk to be carrying too much for you. Okay, let's just see what the overall outcome is and how it's feeding into the following week. It's going to set you on your path and give you that work to do, and it's going to allow you to explore your expertise within yourself. The Hangman, to see things differently, okay? That's what the Hangman is. And I think this all comes with this, of sort of realising that you don't necessarily, some things you don't have to work too hard for it in order for it to work. It's also looking at life a little bit differently on the relationship side. And it's the following week, I think it's getting into that new view of life that you will have, of how to progress and go forward. So there you go, Leo. There's loads of links in the description below. You can follow us on Instagram as well. You'll have your Leo Astroflower book in the links in the description below. There's also a link to our sister channel, which is all about energy, which is Cymatic TV. If you want to support this channel, the best way you can support us is to subscribe and click that bell. It would be lovely to have you here, part of the Astroflower family. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.